Alright, so we're going to make a new scene. We're going to make a tile map scene. So as you can see right now, the tile map is empty because it doesn't have a tile set to use. So we're going to go over to the tile set attribute on the tile map. We're going to click new tile set. And we click on the tile set to edit it. So I'm going to drag this window up a little bit so you can see it better. And then I'm going to be using this texture I made for the tile set. As you can see, it's just a basic tile texture. It has some grass, some walls, the gravel right here. One thing, you can use whatever texture you want, but make sure it is 64 by 64 at least. Well, not the whole thing, but each tile, make sure each tile is 64 by 64. So what we're going to do is we're going to click new single tile, and then we're going to make sure our snap is on so it's easier to drag a new tile. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drag a box on top of each tile. And you're just going to keep doing that, new single tile, drag a box on. So then as you can see, if you go back to the tile map, you can see these two tiles are right here. We're going to go back here and we're going to finish making the rest of our tiles. Do this one, then we're going to do this one. And then, oh, we still need to go back and do this one. So we're going to do this one. So this is going to be a wall tile, meaning the player is going to collide with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click collision, new rectangle, and then I'm going to drag on a collision rectangle for this tile. I'm going to do the same thing for this tile because it will also be a wall tile. And then none of these tiles are going to be collision tiles, so I'm just going to drag the tile box around them. This one's a little bit long. And then now if we go back to our tile set, we should see all of our tiles right here. So now we can kind of paint the tiles onto our scene. You can use right click to place the tiles and left click to delete the tiles. So I'm just going to kind of make this little circle, square, not a circle, of grass tiles. And then we're going to add like a few gravel tiles just to make sure they don't have any collision problems. And then these two tiles down here, I made to create kind of a sort of a road. So if you take this left one and this right one, you can kind of make a road here. Let me delete those. And now I'm going to start with some wall tiles so the player can't come out of the map. I'm going to use both the wall tiles to make sure that their collision shapes work. And then we're going to just save it. I'm just going to save it as a tile map. And then in this project, I created a main node with kind of just a player node. It has just a basic arrow key control script, well, WASD, but basically it's just a player that you can move around. So I'm going to click instance, and I'm going to instance the tile map scene I just made, and it just instanced it on top of the player. So we're going to take the player here, we're going to drag it on top of the tile map, and as you can see the player's just right there. So now we're going to run the scene and make sure our tile map works correctly. Alright, so as you can see the player can move around in our small tile map. When it hits the wall tiles, it stops moving, so that's good. And that's the tutorial on how to make a tile map. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.